The sun dipped low beyond the hills, painting the horizon with strokes of gold and crimson. Jesus had spent the entire day teaching by the Sea of Galilee. The crowd had been so vast, so pressing, that he taught from a boat while the people sat along the shore. Mark 4:1. Parables flowed from his lips of seeds of lamps of the kingdom of God, and the people hung on every word. But as the evening shadows lengthened, Jesus turned to his disciples with a simple yet divine instruction: "Let us go over to the other side." Mark 4:35. They obeyed immediately, dismissing the lingering crowd. Other small boats followed as his chosen 12 rowed into deeper waters. The sea was calm, its surface shimmering under the soft glow of twilight. The sudden storm. But Galilee was known for its unpredictability. Nestled between mountains, the lake was often ambushed by violent winds. That night, without warning, the sky darkened. A roar split the silence. Waves surged, winds howled. What had been peaceful quickly became perilous. Water slapped against the wooden vessel, spraying the disciples' faces. The boat rocked violently. The waves grew taller, crashing over the sides. The disciples, many of them seasoned fishermen, were no strangers to storms. But this storm was different. It was fierce, it was merciless, it was life-threatening. Mark describes it clearly. A furious squall came up and the waves broke over the boat so that it was nearly swamped. Mark 4:37. Every man scrambled. Some bailed water with their hands. Others pulled at the oars with trembling strength. Hearts pounded. Fear gripped them like chains. And where was Jesus? At the stern of the boat, lying on a cushion, asleep. In the chaos of crashing waves and cries for survival, the Son of God rested. His body, tired from ministry, was unmoved by the storm that terrified seasoned fishermen. The disciples were stunned. How could he sleep when death felt so near? Finally, in desperation, they shook him awake, voices rising above the storm. "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Mark 4:38. Jesus rose, calm and unhurried. He stood, water dripping from his hair and robe. His eyes pierced the darkness, not with fear, but with authority. Then, with a voice that carried power greater than the roaring storm, he rebuked the wind and spoke to the sea. "Peace, be still." Mark 4:39 ESV. In an instant, creation obeyed. The winds hushed, the waves stilled. The boat, once tossed, now floated in silence upon a glassy sea. The storm didn't fade gradually, it ceased immediately. What had threatened to destroy them bowed to his command. Turning to his disciples, Jesus asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Mark 4:40. His words cut deeper than the storm had. Fear had overshadowed their faith. Panic had silenced their trust in the one who was with them. The disciples sat in stunned silence, soaked in trembling. But their fear shifted, no longer of the storm, but of the man in their midst. They whispered to one another in awe, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Mark 4:41, the lesson for us. This story is more than an ancient memory. It is a living message. Life, like the Sea of Galilee, can shift from calm to chaos without warning. Storms of grief, sickness, financial struggle, or spiritual battles rise suddenly, threatening to sink us. But this passage reminds us, Jesus is with us in the boat even when he seems silent. His presence is greater than our panic. His word carries power over every storm. When he says, "Peace, be still," the winds of fear and waves of doubt must obey. So the next time storms rage and faith feels frail, remember, the one who commands creation is in your boat, and he has already promised, "Let us go over to the other side." Mark 4:35. If he says you're going over, you will not go under.